Finally, I have gotten my very first shiny Darumaka. Yeah, you guys won't believe how much I had to go through to get this. But hi to all of you guys. Alright, so I'm gonna show you guys some numbers and talk about random number generator or luck in general and how I feel about it after I show you guys the numbers from my Pokédex and whatever for this particular Pokemon to get this shiny. But let's go ahead to see, the current event that is going on, the 5th anniversary Pokemon GO event. And the event has gone past for the last 6 days. Alright, so it ends in 3 days and 6 hours. And the reason why, for those of you who are wondering why Darumaka is spawning so much and the shiny is released, is because if you type 555, it is actually the Pokédex number for Darumaka, or shall I say Darmani 10. Yeah, but if we were to type Daru, alright, you guys can see that I have a total of 1,744 Darumakas in my storage. Yeah, I saved up all these Darumakas that I've caught and they are all tradable. Means I've not traded for them, from what you guys can see from my storage, to get more Candy XL for myself in the future. But you guys saw, I finally got myself one shiny Darumaka. Hey, I did not catch 1,700 Darumakas only, man. We're gonna check out my Pokédex, and you guys can see that I have a total of 16,719 Darumaka candies. Darumaka candy XL wise, I have 1,687. Yeah, I still want to get it up to 4,000 something. Of course, that accounts for the transferred and traded Darumakas in total, also for the candy XL to reach that number. Yeah, so we're gonna check out Pokédex, man. Yeah, look at that. My scene is at 4,717. Caught 3,365, okay? At the beginning of this event, 6 days ago, the numbers for the scene and caught was around 450 because I hatched quite a number of Darumakas, especially the Galarian Darumakas from 7km X. So my Candy XL wise did go up quite a bit. However, I finally got the shiny. Alright, this is how shiny Galarian Darumaka looks like, but of course we can't get it yet. Yeah, I really want to talk about RNG, random number generator, yeah, and what I really feel about it, because it's just utterly ridiculous. So, that shiny Darumaka that you guys saw, this particular one, I just got it like last night. Alright, I was on the video call with my girlfriend, we were talking halfway, and yeah, my Go Plus actually got it. And yeah, I didn't want to vlog because it was already 5 AM and I was just too tired. So I decided to start the video this morning. So we're going to check out the numbers from my photo album. As you guys can see that this morning I took the screenshot for the numbers. It's still at 4,703, 3,359 caught. So in a way, I'm averaging around 700 seen per day. Alright, 700 times 6, that's 4,200. As for the caught, it's average of around 500 per day, 500 times 6 days, that's a total of 3,000. Yep. And yeah, I'm gonna show you guys this though. If you were to scroll up to see the last screenshot that I took before I went to bed of the Darumakas count is this. Alright, that was 10 PM last night and I was still grinding on the bus. Alright, I grinded on the bus till around 12:30, I believe so, because I took the last bus at 11:28 PM and then it went one more round and 1 hour later it ended off around 12:15. So in the end I still continued to walk, do my night grind to try to get the Darumaka XL candy up. And of course you guys can see that I did not have the shiny Darumaka. You guys can see from the Pokédex it's not even registered at all. And that time I already caught like 3,175 and I saw 4,437. Okay, so from that count to this morning's count, or should I say last night's count, I managed to get the shiny Darumaka. As you guys can see the Pokédex, it's registered. You can see the shiny over there, the male shiny, blah blah blah, and the female shiny, the icon over there. Yeah. So it's just utterly ridiculous to me, alright, in terms of how many Darumakas I have tapped on and they were not shiny. And of course, my Ball Plus was the one who did the job to get the shiny. Alright, so every night after I'm back home at around 1:30 AM till around 5 AM, I'll be putting lures to lure up the spot to let the Ball Blast catch the Darumakas. Yeah, that's why I average that numbers per day, roughly 500 catches of Darumakas per day. And it's just insane to me. But anyway, we're going to evolve the Darumaka into Darmani 10 to see how it looks like. But before that, we're going to appraise it to see what the IV is, whatever, who cares. Yeah, and I'm still going to talk to you guys how I actually feel about, you know, random number generator, especially for shinies and for hundos. Because sometimes this game can be really ridiculous and takes a toll on a lot of people. Mentally and physically. Yeah, mentally and physically. So anyway, this is how shiny Darmani 10 looks like. I won't show you guys anymore, but like I say, if you were to type 555, yeah, that Darmani 10 should appear. Yeah, it is in the Pokédex. So that's why, you know, it is part of the 5th year anniversary featured Pokemon in a sense. So yeah, that's all that I have to show you guys from my gameplay, but let's talk about random number generator and how I really feel about it. Yeah, I said this 3 times, the same statement, but to me, I don't really bother about getting the shinies. Alright, that's a fact that I can tell you guys, because for me, I'm grinding hard for Darumakas now for the Candy XL. I'm trying to future proof it in a sense that I'm preparing for the future as the second best fire type attacker when it has Shadow Form released, and the number 1 ice type attacker Galarian Darmani 10 in the Zen mode when it's released in the future, assuming if it gets Shadow also. So that's why I'm trying to grind my Candy XL up to at least 4,000 Candy XL, so that in the future I don't have to worry about it. But at the same time, it became really fun for me to try to get the shinies at the start. So when it approached like 1,000, you know, checks, 2,000 checks, 3,000 checks, I'm like, okay, sure. I mean, it's kind of okay for me because I just want the Candy XL. And initially, I thought the rate is just utterly like crap. Until, you know, I read the comments of the video that I made where I did 2,000 Darumakas check, and even I posted on Twitter, people were saying that they got their shiny Darumaka on their 20th check, or their 2nd check, or their 100th check, or their 80th check, or 300 checks. Yeah, I'm really happy for you guys to have been able to get this shiny Darumaka. Don't get me wrong, I'm not salty or jealous in any way, shape or form. My friends like Anne and Auntie Gladys, they both have also gotten themselves the shiny Darumakas. However, I know of people who have, in a way, grinded their butt off to try to get a certain shiny, doing more than 1,000 checks, and in fact, most people wouldn't like surpass like 3,000 checks for a certain species of Pokemon to try to get a shiny because it's just utterly ridiculous. Yeah, but certain people, they grinded their butt off and they couldn't get it. They couldn't get the shiny or the hundo, especially when they put in so much time, effort and money if they were to rate for it, especially for certain legendary shinies or legendary hundos. They get disheartened. They get disheartened to not want to play the game, and some eventually quit. I know of people who have gone that path and they are just disappointed, and of course they feel sad in the sense that they see their friends around them getting the shinies or the hundos, and yet they themselves putting in more effort than their friends, putting in 10 times, 20 times more effort than their friends, and couldn't get the shiny. Imagine if someone is in my position who told themselves, like say, hey, I'm already at 1,000 checks, alright, and I've not gotten the shiny Darumaka, like really what's going on? You get disheartened. Then when he reaches 2,000 checks, he'll be like, this is just totally ridiculous. And imagine if he reaches 3,000 checks and that's his final straw already, and he told himself like, I'm giving up, I'm really giving up on this because Darumaka is my favorite shiny Pokemon and I can't seem to get it. So after 3,000 checks, I'm giving up totally and not carry on to check like what I did. In a way, in total, I checked probably around 4,000 Darumakas if you account for, you know, some of them running away and some of them being done by the Go Plus and whatsoever. So, and also some of them were traded to me from Auntie Gladys and Anne, roughly 200 of them. So close to 4,000 checks. Imagine 4,000 checks just to get a shiny. It's very ridiculous, alright? Of course, I know of people who have, you know, seen in their Pokédex more than 4,000 Pokemon, but they have not gotten the shiny yet. But that was, I think, accounted for before even shiny was available for that particular Pokemon. But I definitely have the numbers down here. Like I said, started off at 450, went up to 3,000 something, 4,000, almost 4,000 checks to actually get one shiny Darumaka? Really? I don't know, man. I mean, like I said, I'm not concerned about the shiny at all for me to get the shiny or not. More importantly is for people who are really out there trying to grind their butt off for shinies and can't seem to get it. I understand that, of course, not everyone's luck is the same in terms of certain shiny, certain species of Pokemon. That's why trading comes into play. However, there might be a chance that your friend didn't get it, or in fact, your friend didn't want to trade to you this shiny Darumaka because he only has one and he just wanted one, or perhaps he only did 20 Darumaka's checks and he got that shiny Darumaka and he didn't want to play that whole entire event to get his second one despite his luck being 10 times more than yours. So you can't get a shiny Darumaka traded to you. Yeah, I have friends, just let you guys know, I have friends who message me before certain events, or in fact after certain events, saying that, hey, do I have this particular shiny? Did I get it during this event, or do I have extra of them? I will gladly reserve it for them to trade to them. Even if I only have one, like this particular Darumaka, if I only have one Darumaka and there's a shiny collector who wants it, I'll give it to him. Yeah, no problem at all. Shiny to me is nothing. It's not something that I go after. I'm not saying there's nothing. It's something that I do not really go after hard. So that's why I don't really bother about it. But like I say, for those people who are going hard for it, I feel you guys. I definitely understand, especially when I have friends who are going hard for shinies and they can't seem to get it. One example is a friend of mine from Germany who came to Singapore, Julia. If you guys remember the video that I did, the duo video that I did with Auntie Gladys, and she was sitting at the back of my car. Julia, she actually wanted to get herself a shiny Rufflet after 500 checks. Many of them were from raids. She spent like close to $300 or $400 United States dollars on just raiding to get this particular shiny Rufflet. She couldn't get it. So I traded my one and only Rufflet to her. I do not have any shiny Rufflet. I did not even evolve my Rufflet to Bravery, of course, otherwise she won't be able to get the Rufflet to register into her Pokédex. Yeah, so that's why I'm willing to give away all these shinies, because I know the amount of effort and time and money needed to actually get certain Pokemon. Yeah. So I hope, I really hope, you know, Niantic can change something. Who knows, in the future, maybe Darumaka might have a community day. Not that we already have, you know, a lot of Darumaka spawning in the wild. There are a lot of Darumaka spawning in the wild. It's just that the rate is just utterly ridiculous for certain people like myself. Of course, if you guys manage to get it within your first few hundred checks, awesome, man. I'm not so lucky, but it's okay. I'm still gonna grind the Candy XL like I said, and hopefully Niantic can consider, alright, do not make the shiny odds individual odds, but yet it's a collective odds, in a way that after doing 500 checks in total, you will definitely get a shiny Darumaka, whether is it your 100th, your 200th, your 300th, your 50th, your 88th Darumaka or whatsoever, you will be able to get at least one shiny Darumaka. I think that makes more sense than making it individual odds, because it could go up to 1 million checks and a person may not even get the shiny at all. Yeah, that is truly possible. Okay, even if it's 0.000000001%, that could possibly happen. Alright, so hopefully this video gives you guys a bit of understanding in terms of how some people actually do feel about collecting shinies and hunting for shinies, especially for random number generator being not on their side. But like I said, for me, I'm still gonna play the game. I'm still gonna play the game hard for certain goals that I've set for myself, like Candy XL. But I really do hope that something can be changed for the better in the future for all the shiny collectors out there in the world. Alright, so with that said, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode, in the next video. But remember, the grind never ends. Even if you don't get your shiny Pokemon, we still have to continue to grind. Alright, so goodbye, goodbye, goodbye!